people, we back at it. Sorry for the delay. We had to bring y'all the North edition. I'm sorry, all my Northerners. I'm sorry, but we back on it right before the draft coming through. Here to bring you that good content. It's
Yeah.
your boy, No Supplements, with my brother from another, Don Sasson.
What's good?
Another segment of CaughtUp.
How you doing, bro?
Chilling, brother. Chilling, brother. It's draft week. You know what I'm saying? I'm excited. I'm excited.
All right, we're gonna get right to it, man. I think it's only fitting that we start with the division winners, which are the Green Bay Packers in the NFC North.
All right.
I'm
So,
proud of the Packers, man. I'm really proud of them.
You proud?
Yeah, they spent some money, man. They re-signed their guys, even though they let Lindsey leave, but hey.
I mean, they signed Aaron Jones, which is big, but they signed Kevin King. And we all know who Kevin King is. I know we got some Packers fans watching. He know who Kevin King is.
Bro,
so that was a smart move.
I'm sleeping on Kevin King. That's why I'm yawning, because it's absurd to me. But I'm not surprised because what were they going to do? They were going to let him go and then sign who? Kyle Fuller? They're not going to spend that type of money on that player.
Yeah, you're right.
If they draft someone who's not a wide receiver, Aaron Rodgers is going to have a heart attack. So they had no choice.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But I don't know, man. I'm glad that they finally spent some money. I honestly thought that they were going to let Aaron Jones go. But they spent some bread, and I don't know, man. I still think that they're the leaders of the division. No one else really did anything to catch up.
Yeah.
And I don't think anyone's going to do anything in the draft to catch up, and not this season at least. So.
Yeah, this division is definitely looking like pack again. I mean, only thing like Green Bay did, get a little weaker, but I don't really see them being overtaken by anybody else in this division. Like they lost their center, that's another lineman, which obviously Rodgers needs, Corey Linsley. But
they know how to draft linemen well, so I'm not even acting crazy.
You're right about that. You're correct. You're definitely right about that. But yeah, it looked like the Packers division, but we got to get to the next team because the Packers ain't do too much of free agency. They was very quiet. They signed their man, and that was pretty much it. So we can talk about the Chicago Bears.
I don't understand what's going on. I feel like they just like ready to quit. Like Ryan Pace, I think he's just like packing it up, bro. First of all, you were aggressive in trying to get Russell Wilson or Deshaun Watson, quote unquote.
Yeah.
You let Kyle Fuller go for no reason, because you could pay him if you want to, but you don't do that.
Yeah.
Then you sign your man Andy Dalton. Like that's your contingency plan. Andy Dalton. Come on, man.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely the Band-Aid, maybe half a Band-Aid for that bleeding organization. It's just funny he has red hair. But
yeah, man.
He is the half a Band-Aid there. I mean, it's better than Trubisky, let's be honest, as a quarterback concern. But it's not the move that's really going to push that franchise anywhere, especially in a division that's pretty much been run by the Packers for quite some time. So overall, years, but it's not really the great move, like they signed Damian Williams, which is okay, but it's like those are solid players. They really didn't do too much.
Williams is cool, but Terry Cohen's coming back. They they franchise tag and signed Allen Robinson, so that's not that bad.
Yeah.
But it's just like that kid Mooney's gonna be good though.
Yeah.
He's gonna be he's gonna be nice. But I don't know, man. I don't see them like trying to make a difference. I don't see them like doing anything to actively win. Like I just feel like, like you said, it's gonna be like a 7-6 win season, and they're gonna clean house. Matt Nagy's gonna go. Ryan Pace is gonna go.
Yeah.
That's what it's looking like. And then they're gonna have they might have a high draft pick next year to get a quarterback, and the cycle continues.
Yeah, I mean, they added a couple of defensive players, which is good for their defense, but that's what Chicago's always been known for. So it's just like, that's not going to win you the championship. I'm sorry. Like, we all know the old adage, offense wins games, defense wins championship. Nope, not in this case. We're in 2021. You need an offense. There's no more Chicago, 2000 Baltimore Ravens defense where your running back's going to carry you. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's out with the old. So, I'm sorry, Chicago. Y'all got to do better. That's it.
Pack it up, man. And then we could go to another shitty team in this division in Detroit.
All right.
Detroit.
They did some work, though. They would probably be my winner in free agency.
Yeah. I think that the coach is Dan Campbell. They're gonna play hard for him.
Yeah.
They got Jared Goff. Like, I'm not as down on Jared Goff as everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like now that he's in the dome, although he was in LA, I feel like now that he's in the dome and he's in Detroit where there's no distractions, like it's put up a shut up time. Like, even though the team's gonna be shitty, but you gotta figure it out, homeboy. You in Detroit.
Yeah.
So I like that one just because Matthew Stafford didn't want to be there. It was gonna be unfortunate. He played his heart out, so to say. So we'll see. They do have they got not Kerryon Johnson, the other running back from Georgia.
Williams, right?
No. Fuck.
Oh, that played last year. The rookie Swift, right?
Yeah, DeAndre Swift. So they got DeAndre Swift going for them. They got TJ Hawkinson. Like, they're not trash.
Nah, definitely not. Like, they're gonna have some games. I'll be honest. Like, your thoughts on Goff? Like, I am down on him. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel that organization. But I agree with you. It's kind of hard, to be honest, to play in LA. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a big city, big market team. There's a lot behind that organization, the history and stuff like that. So coming to a shitty ass organization, you should do your numbers. You know what I'm saying? Like, they did give you a new coach. You know what I'm saying? Dan Campbell come from the Saints, like looking like the New Orleans Lions over there. You know what I mean? So him over there, we definitely got the Aaron Glenn in the secondary and stuff like that. And they signed a couple of players. Like, they kind of Anzalone, who lost his job to your boy when he came to the Saints. You know what I'm saying? They got Josh Hill. I told you was a solid tight end from the Saints, all that. So him with Hawkinson, like, he's sure-handed. He knows how to block and stuff like that. He
has a lot of touchdowns too.
Yeah, and they got Quentin Dunbar, your boy. So that's a nice acquisition and stuff like that. They signed Perriman. So it's like the team is overall okay. You know what I'm saying? For the departures of Galladay and Marvin Jones and stuff like that. But as far as, like, being scared of anything or the Packers being scared of anything, I still see them as fourth in division. So it is what it is.
I want to know how much time Jared Goff got on his deal, because they talking about Detroit might take a quarterback based on how the dominoes fall. So we'll see.
Good question. That's a good question. It's probably
the thing about this, like, I feel like and this is one thing I'm gonna say about the league, like they're kind of devaluing the quarterback position in the sense that they feel like if you don't figure it out in 2 years, you suck.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, bro, all these great quarterbacks had a lot of time to play and do bad, and they were in the same, like, you don't be great just changing systems all the time, changing organizations. Like, the organization plays as much of a factor of a quarterback being successful as the actual quarterback itself. Yeah. So, and all the teams, like, look, Patrick Mahomes, he's not going to play for another team. He's never going to have to worry about job security, nothing like that. Mm-hmm. Josh Allen, too.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, that's how you build them up. Even Lamar Jackson, bro, people talking about this week, and we'll get to the AFC North. But it's like, I feel like people are too quick to just leave quarterbacks. Like, give them some time.
Bro, I mean, I really couldn't agree with you anymore. And the thing is, like, people are not even, well, I can't say people, but the league, they're not even factoring the fact that, like, look at your organization. Look at your coordinator. Look at your coach. Like, so, we want to stick on Mahomes, but just as an example, Mahomes was on the bench. A lot of people don't even realize that. He did a whole year on the bench. He played in game 17. on that year on the bench. And you know what I'm saying? Under Andy Reid, behind Alex Smith. I don't care what anybody want to say about Alex Smith, because Alex Smith was the guy. You know what I'm saying? When they figured it out in San Fran, he was the guy after. So to learn from a veteran, see all that stuff. Yeah, it wasn't an overnight thing. So people need to be real. All these greats did not start good. Look at Peyton's first year.
Drew Brees. I mean, Drew Brees was nice, but it was rocky.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It was off and on, literally off and on in the Chargers. So yeah, it was crazy. But
and then lastly, the Vikings.
Oh yeah.
Anytime I got twice, he's gonna win number 7. He's gonna win number 7. I'm happy. I'm hyped to see that.
Yeah, that's gonna be dope. They signed him for 1 year for $8 million. They lost a lot of people though.
Yeah.
So I might have to retract my statement. The Lions might not be the worst.
Nah. Minnesota, come on now. That's a good football team.
I mean,
they play hard.
Now they do play hard. I mean, granted, that defense was terrible. Zimmer said worst defense he ever coached. That's crazy when the coach come out to say shit like that.
That's wild, bro.
You know, granted, Kirk Cousins, he'll figure it out at some point in the season. He always puts his numbers up. You got the young boy, Jefferson, killing, obviously cooking. So yeah, that offense is gonna be there. But that defense, they need to get together. This ain't a division you can really fuck around with, So it'll be something.
I feel like all these teams, man, they're just transitioning. We're gonna put a team out there. They're not really trying to build anything. Even Mike Zimmer, what is your real plan? I mean, the draft is gonna be telling to see what they're really trying to do, but they gotta figure it out, man.
They definitely do.
Let's go to the AFC where it's popping.
The fun, the AFC fun North Division, which is gonna be exciting for the next couple of years. So we gotta start with the reigning champs, right?
Yes, sir.
So the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns, let's talk about them. They signed John Johnson, who's a fucking baller.
He's a
my God.
baller. I think they won to be honest with you, they won the free agency.
Absolutely. They got Clowney, who I'm not a fan of, but hey, he still can play. He can produce. Signed Troy Hill from the Rams, Tack McKinley from the Raiders, Malik Jackson from the Eagles. Goddamn. And of course, they picked up the 5th-year option for Baker. So everybody know I've been critical of Baker, but I did say around the end of the season, but I would give him his props. I would say he's the most consistent, prolific quarterback in the game. And he's young. So that was the right move by Cleveland. They definitely did everything they did to be successful for the following year.
Yeah, man, they're fighting to go. They're fighting to do it for real. You feel me? They were in the game in the playoffs. That's a game that they easily could have won, so to say, versus Kansas. Not easily, but they had a shot.
Yeah.
Odell was hurt, so Odell's coming back, and they shooting for the stars, aiming for the moon, man. And I like what I'm seeing. I'm now Cleveland, Baker Mayfield, there's no excuses at all. Stefanski también, there's no excuses. I want to see them put up. This division is tough, man. This is a tough division. All of these teams, I honestly think that Pittsburgh is going to do the worst out of all of them.
Oh, I agree.
Well, Cincinnati, but you know what I mean. Out of the power three.
If they do what they're supposed to do, Cincinnati might not be the worst. I said we'll get to them in a second.
Defensively, they're not there, bro. You know that.
But defensively, they signed some folks. It's the offensive.
Nah, bro. Signing, bro. You're gonna take whoever the defensive coordinator is over Mike Tomlin? Come on. No.
But I like what they did. Honestly, I like what they did, but they didn't do the.
So let's talk about Cincinnati. Go ahead. What did they do?
Let's get to it. They signed Trey Henderson for 4 years.
Yeah, boy, you was talking shit about actually.
I was. I was like, I like them. I think he benefited off our defensive line. I think he'll be a 5 to 7 sack, guy. I don't think he's gonna do that 13 shit again. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? Like, I'm happy that he got his bread. He got the bag. They signed William Jackson out of Washington, a corner, another defensive player, Mike Hilton, who has been a little shaky, but maybe a new team. He knows the division coming out the Steelers. That's another corner. Woozy from the Dallas. That's another corner.
I think he's gonna do much better now.
So we already talking about 3 corners and a DN. You know what I'm saying? They gave Joe a weapon, Stephen Carter from Miami, tight end. They did sign a lineman, a left tackle, which was big. Reef out of Minnesota.
Yeah, right. Been bad, bro.
Yeah, Ricardo Allen, another safety out of ATL. So they made some good moves. They lose AJ Green, but we know AJ Green ain't been healthy since like 2013.
But this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm gonna say about their defense. Who's the playmaker? Who's the game changer on that defense?
Oh, they have none. They have none.
That's it. Because at least the Steelers have Mika Fitzpatrick.
Yeah.
At least the Steelers have TJ Watt. You feel me? And even Joe Hayden. Joe Hayden been balling.
True.
They got ball players. Cincinnati don't got ball players, bro.
They don't, but they're playing. And remember what happened that game last season when they lit Juju ass up. Lit that boy up. He didn't do a TikTok since.
Nah, that's a fact though. I'm still glad they smoked him.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like they play with heart. Now, since they have a spark with Joe, granted, Joe didn't even play that game. They're playing a little better, you know what I'm saying? So I feel if they get that line together, I'm not saying it's going to be a next season thing. I'm talking about the next couple of seasons. If they address the offensive line, I don't know what they're going to do in the draft. There's a lot of rumors talking they're going to draft Jamar Chase, which would be a chemistry. I personally would get it if I'm the GM. I'll work on the lineman.
M&T Higgins?
Absolutely. Like I said, I already got the chemistry with Joe. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people that probably don't follow college, I'm going to tell you right now, Jamar Chase was better than Justin Jefferson on the same team.
Easily.
But the thing is, people don't know that. So it's like, when they say Jamar Chase, no, Jamar Chase is better than Justin. And I love Justin Jefferson. He's a fucking dog. But Jamar Chase is better. So that's the perspective I want people to understand. He's an animal. So if Cincinnati gets that guy, Jamar Chase, addresses that offensive line over the next couple of years, we're going to see. Joe got to come back healthy. He got injured in the season. I don't know when he's slated to come back. But I'm going to be tuning into Cincinnati a little more. Granted, we watching all the games anyway.
Yeah.
But I really want to take a look and see what leap they do.
And they got new uniforms, bro. So hopefully that inspires them.
Absolutely. All
right, so let's go. Let's talk about the Ravens. Because the Ravens try to get wide receivers. Nobody was trying to fuck with them.
Yeah.
Juju wasn't trying to sign there. Kenny Golladay wasn't trying to sign there. It was a lot of misses. They lost my man,
Judon.
Yeah, Matthew Judon to the Patriots.
Yannick. He didn't really do shit.
But he didn't really, he wasn't to me a game changer. Whatever. Cool.
They put him on to do something and he didn't do it. There was no pressure.
Listen, man, two signings that they did that was just re-signed that I like, because I like both of these players, Tyus Bowser and Pernell McPhee.
I like him.
They both solid ball players, and I feel like they have the attitude, the Raven attitude, and they do what they're supposed to do. So I think that's good as far as signing them. Kevin Zeitler, they signed him as well. But this team, they need a playmaker, man. And that's not just Lamar Jackson. Yeah,
they signed Watkins, and he was a game changer years ago. Yeah. This is a different Sammy Watkins. They lost DJ Fluker, Matt Skura. So it's like, that's not helping. Don't get me wrong, Lamar is an amazing player. And he can get out of virtually anything. But you losing 2 more linemen, granted, you said they got Zeitler and stuff like that, but you losing your center and your guard. It's like, all right, I don't know what we're doing here, Harbaugh. Like, we got to get it together.
And Orlando Brown, they traded him. They wilding. I don't know why they did that.
That trade was crazy.
But they got 2-1s.
Yeah, so they got a lot to do. Brown didn't want to change his position, whatever his father wanted. I don't know, whatever. It was something that he was trying to put out there to the media that he wanted to be that same position. He didn't want to change. He didn't want to be a team player. So they got him out of there.
Yo, but we already covered the West. But yo, Kansas City did their thing without no money or nothing. Like they finesse O-line. They put an O-line together out of thin air, bro.
I mean, they was paying people on the Belichick, salary cap, pennies,
That's
what I'm saying? Bubble gum.
Yo, if you want to ride the wave, you got to come take these L's. But yeah, I mean, yeah, man. Baltimore, honestly, what they need to do is they need to get themselves a playmaker. This draft is receiver rich, so they can get somebody at the end of the first. But they just got to make the right decision, man. It got to be, and to me, it got to be a bigger receiver too, because you already got Hollywood Brown, and now you can move him inside a little more. If you got somebody good on the outside, you could have him tear up the slot and do all the shit he was doing in college.
True, but he need to catch the ball first.
That's true.
Hey,
he caught that touchdown to win a game. Don't forget that.
Oh yeah,
the Paul Pierce game.
Yeah. He definitely did. In that game, but he caught what counted.
I believe in Hollywood, man. It's just I don't feel like they're utilizing him properly, and also like I guess he had to go through that tough year to be like, yeah, you're not the shit. Like you think you the shit, but you not. So I think they'll bounce back. But they already got Mark Andrews inside. They need that big playmaker outside, and they'll be straight.
Absolutely. We got to go to black and yellow.
Clarify what you said. Pittsburgh actually won the division. It didn't seem like it, but they did.
They actually did. I was like, through the wild card, the Browns, got through it, but it really didn't seem like it because the Steelers were a fraud. It was a fraud team. It was 11-0, TikTok at every game, and look what happened. They were the laughingstock of the league, honestly. So what did they do? They lost Bud Dupree, huge. Mike Hilton, who was getting torched anyway. They re-signed Juju, which is good. I heard the Ravens were going to offer him more money.
Yeah.
And he said now, so that was surprising. I heard the Chiefs are interested as well. And he decided to stay loyal. So shout out to the loyalty for him on that.
I fuck with that.
Yeah, definitely. Ben takes a huge pay cut. So we already know they're drafting the quarterback. Haskins I don't think he is. But Steelers, no.
I mean, listen, I'm intrigued. I'm really intrigued to see how he does. You feel me?
Well, I ain't gonna lie. Like, black quarterback, black coach, I am happy to see that. So if Tomlin can develop him, that would be amazing. I just think Dwayne Haskins needs to get out his own way, honestly.
I never thought that Dwayne Haskins was good, to be honest.
Yeah, you always said that. But I just think if it can be anybody to develop him, it would be nice for a black coach to do that to a black quarterback. But I don't see it happening. But it will be a nice story, a Disney Plus movie,
Yeah, but this is the thing. Like, as far as players, Mike Tomlin kind of like he promotes the circus. If you really think about it,
absolutely.
All that TikTok shit wasn't stopped until Juju got smoked.
Yeah,
and the whole Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell shit, Big Ben, like that locker room was a little toxic, and you got to look at the coach, man. Like, I don't think he has people. He has them playing well. Don't get me wrong. He makes sure that his players. He's never had a losing record. Like he makes sure they do their thing, but I don't think that he's gonna bring the best out of Dwayne Haskins because Dwayne Haskins is childish, and I feel like Mike Tomlin just be letting them be like, all right. Just make sure you know what you're doing.
Oh yeah, and they lost James Conner, even though he was injured a lot that season. But like, hey,
and possibly retired.
Oh yeah. So it's looking a little crazy for the Steelers.
James Conner's what? He went to Arizona.
Yeah,
Arizona low-key putting together a squad.
Yeah, so that's going on with the Steelers right now. Like I don't know if they're gonna go for a running back in the draft. Maybe Najee Harris. That would be pretty serious, but I don't know. I guess we'll see. Yeah, it would be super fire.
Listen, I mean, they draft well, so it's like I'm not worried about the Steelers. Like I'm not worried about them getting players.
Yeah,
I
you're
mean, like
right.
they drafted Bud Dupree, like, and they made him what he was.
True.
Like, he was
True.
good in college, but he was like kind of a one-dimensional player. Like it was just straight pass rush coming off the edge. They made him into a run stuffer. Like they drafted TJ. They know how to draft, bro. So it's
Now
like,
you're right, and they definitely developed them because I know if they went to another team, nah, it wouldn't have been it.
and they know how to draft wide receivers. So I don't see no problem with Pittsburgh. They just need to get a quarterback, bro.
True. True.
Successor, because Big Ben after this year is over.
Yeah.
Finito.
Back them up. Back them up.
So they need to get a successor and they need to get him quick. They pick the problem with Pittsburgh is that they picked so down low in the draft that they might have to draft a quarterback in the first round if they really want a successor.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, the quarterback that I like the most out of like the second tier of quarterbacks, Kellen Mond, bro. Kellen Mond is going to be a good NFL quarterback. He's going to be like the Dak Prescott of this draft.
That's not a bad way to go. That's not a bad way to go at all.
Like I don't like his throwing motion, but I think that like he's a gamer. I've seen him play a lot. For some reason, I was watching Texas A&M football, and he came from the Jimbo Fisher kind of pro style offense, and I hope he does his thing. But I think that Pittsburgh really needs to go after a game changer because you can get her back in the second round. He's not going to be Najee Harris or Travis Etienne, but there's enough good backs and the system is good enough that you can make a good back. But quarterbacks, the way they flying off the market now, and you get that fifth-year option if you draft them in the first round, bro. So it's like you get to really evaluate them. Who knows?
I definitely agree. I think one thing we got to acknowledge, because it's, somewhat, obviously this happened a few hours ago, breaking news, but we've seen Teddy Bridgewater was traded to Denver for a 6th-round pick. Shout out to Teddy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I like Drew Lock, but I think they're gonna have Teddy start. I mean, of course, it's gonna be a competition, but I think it might be Teddy's to get it.
Yo, Denver's offense is nice, bro. They have Jerry Jeudy, Noah Fant, KJ Hamler, Melvin Gordon in the back. Like that offense is lit.
Yeah, it is.
You feel me? So even if it's just Teddy, he gonna make that work, bro. Because he made Carolina's offense work.
Yeah, he did.
So
he did. He was solid. He was solid.
And they talking about if the right quarterback is there, they're gonna draft him. So time is ticking for both of them.
Yeah, it's definitely looking weird for Denver, but we had to throw y'all in there real quick. It's the North segment, but we had to throw that in breaking news real quick.
I mean, I think that's a good look for Teddy, man.
For sure.
I'm happy he did that. They talking about Julio Jones might get traded
to the Raiders. I'm hearing. I heard one rumor. I mean, they answering calls. He like, yo, who want to deal him? So we'll see with that.
Bill Belichick better start making some calls, man.
I don't know if they got the bread for that. Because remember, they spent a lot on free agency. A lot.
Bro, they'll make the work. They'll make the money.
I mean, for Julio, they'll make it work. I'm saying, but yo, they spent a lot. Second most in NFL history.
I'll do a straight up trade. Julio for Stephen Gilmore. That's it. I'll do it straight up. The salaries are basically the same.
Pretty much.
They've been wanting to get a Gilmore, get rid of him, so I'll do that. Straight up.
I think that's solid. Julio gonna try to expect a pay raise, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if Tic Tac
every year. I never seen a football player that gets more raises than Julio Jones.
I'm saying every year.
I want to know who's that man's agent, bro.
Facts.
It might be Drew Rosenhaus.
Sign me up.
I mean, we're gonna talk about the draft in the next segment, like the results. But what do you think will be like the biggest surprise that happens?
Honestly, bro, just because the history of the draft, you look at people that are like, destined to, well, I can't say destined, but it looks like they're going to go to a certain team, right? Like, all right, they're going to definitely draft this person. And then boom, something switch. So we're going to see some move ups. We're going to see some trade ups, trade backs. So we're going to see some people slip. It's going to be very interesting. There's a lot of chatter, especially with this quarterback situation. Who's the next guy to go, especially your team. Your team is on the clock right now. You know what I mean? And yeah, a quarterback away, you know what I'm saying? A few ACLs away, but a quarterback away, you know what I mean? So to really getting back into what you guys were, competitive, even with all the injuries, you still were a competitive team. You know what I'm saying? So that could be something big. The Jets, we don't know what they're going to go after. Who they're going to go after is looking like Zach Wilson. I'm not a fan of the guy, but it is what it is. So,
golden boy, bro.
Fields might slip, with his health, his underlying health issues and stuff like that. So it's going to be a crazy draft. Like, we're just going to address these draft picks, right? The first 10 or whatever, or maybe the first round. And I can't wait. I'm excited.
Listen, man, tell the public again. All I want is a black quarterback. Okay? I'm fine with Trey Lance. The pick that I want is Justin Fields. Everybody talking like that's not going to happen. I absolutely do not want Mac Jones, but if it happens, it is what it is. I trust my guys. But
I heard you.
I think that Washington is a sneaky team that people aren't really paying attention to as far as being aggressive and trading up. They only have Ryan Fitzpatrick on the roster. And they got Heineke too, but who gives a fuck about that guy? None of them are game changers. So if you draft a quarterback, and to me, they're prime candidates to get Kellen Mond, to be completely honest with you. But I feel like that's a sneaky team that might just slither their way in and leapfrog everybody. Kansas City style with Mahomes.
They just might. So yeah, I can't wait. You know what I'm saying? Check this content out, like it, share it, we always give you that content. We the
Show
best
your
we can
mama.
do. Yeah, facts. Grandma too, abuelo, everybody, the whole family.
See, you getting the Spanish, you see? One day you
a little bit. It just comes on. I know it,
start dancing randomly and shit.
Word, doing bachata and all that. Like, hey. I'll get my presidente real quick, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, so all right, my brother. Hasta luego. You already know. Thank y'all for liking. Thank y'all for watching. And you already know, man, this draft one's going to be a really good one, bro. I love the draft, and I can't wait to see what happens.
All right, cool. All right, my brother. We'll be back at y'all with the draft results. All right.
Peace out, bro.